In the realm of reggae music, few artists have matched the remarkable Gregory Isaacs. He possessed one of the most beautiful voices ever, dressed impeccably like a Rasta James Bond in stylish suits and his signature fedora. His commanding charm, impressive stage presence and unmatched confidence, along with a level of professionalism that few artists across any genre could aspire to, set him apart. Isaacs was a highly versatile reggae musician. While he was celebrated as one of the greatest lovers rock artists, he also had the ability to perform songs with profound social and spiritual themes. By the early 1980s, he had become a true international superstar. However, like many, Gregory Isaacs, known as the Cool Ruler, had a significant vulnerability: his devastating addiction to crack cocaine. This addiction derailed his illustrious career, harmed his health, and ultimately led to his death at the age of 59. In a 2017 interview, reggae icon Don Carlos recounted a time in the early 70s when he encountered Gregory, who warned him against drugs, stating that what he held was not for him. This was tragically ironic considering Gregory's fate just a decade later. The exact moment Gregory Isaacs became addicted to cocaine is unclear, but those close to him suggest it began around the time he secured his first international record deal with a Virgin Records subsidiary in 1978, coinciding with his friend Dennis Brown's own struggles with cocaine during a US tour. After struggling to find success with various producers since he was 18, Gregory joined forces with singer Errol Dunkley to create the African Museum record store and label in 1973. They released a remarkable number of records that became major hits in Jamaica, establishing Gregory as a prominent star on the island. His first taste of international success came through his close friend Dennis Brown, who had moved to England in 1977 and started his own label, DEB Records. That same year, Dennis invited Gregory to sign with his label, leading to the release of the acclaimed Mr. Isaacs album, which introduced Gregory to UK audiences and laid the groundwork for the country's ongoing affection for lovers rock. Gregory's successful debut in the UK caught the attention of Richard Branson's Frontline Records, which signed him in 1978, resulting in the release of the Cool Ruler album that year. This was followed by the outstanding Soon Forward in 1979, both of which significantly boosted his international profile and increased demand from concert promoters worldwide. Gregory's appeal was evident. He possessed a stunningly beautiful voice, along with a charismatic stage presence that captivated female audiences. It's well known that when women gather, men are sure to follow, leading to increased ticket sales at his concerts, making him a promoter's dream. The demand for Gregory surged even more with the release of his next two albums, Lonely Lover in 1980 and More Gregory in 1981. He had become a superstar, mingling with elite circles in Jamaica and around the globe. However, as he began to socialize with the uptown crowd, he increasingly turned to cocaine, which had become a popular pastime among the elite, even as his rising profile went largely unnoticed by outsiders. Dr. Dredd, the CEO of Grass Records and a close friend of Gregory, disclosed that Isaacs confided in him that one significant reason for his heavy drug use was to cope with the pressures of fame. The constant attention from women, who pursued him relentlessly, contributed to his reliance on drugs to manage the stress. However, those around him hardly noticed that Gregory was gradually becoming addicted. He was juggling various roles as a singer, songwriter, record store and label owner, a business enthusiast, and a soon-to-be husband. In 1981, he visited the well-known Randy's record store in Kingston and met a stunning 21-year-old named June Windhelm. This was the first time Gregory laid eyes on her, and he struck up a conversation with June, who was studying at a teacher's training college at the time. They began dating and got married in 1982, coinciding with Gregory's signing with Island Records. June Isaacs described Gregory as the ideal man, husband and father, unaware that he was already a regular cocaine user. He taught her how to cook, showered her with love and attention, and even discouraged her from smoking. However, over time, his demeanor changed. He started to distance himself from his old friends and gravitated towards unfamiliar faces that made her uneasy. He began spending less time at home and would occasionally vanish for days. Eventually, she discovered him using drugs, which left her heartbroken. After recording the tracks for his debut album with Island Records, the acclaimed Night Nurse album, the Jamaican police became aware of Gregory's activities and raided his home, where they found cocaine and illegal firearms, resulting in his arrest. Gregory appeared to be making progress in his battle for freedom, even releasing a song called Hard Drugs that highlighted the dangers he faced. Unfortunately, he succumbed to his addiction once more and became a full-blown junkie. While he had previously managed to balance his drug use with his career, his increasing unreliability began to frustrate concert promoters, leading him to miss flights for international shows and even performances in Jamaica. To support his habit, he started recording music at an alarming rate, which resulted in a noticeable decline in quality that his fans could not overlook. He also shocked his fans by adopting a low haircut. By the end of the decade, his lifelong friend Dennis Brown passed away in 1999 due to respiratory issues worsened by long-term drug use, which deeply affected Gregory, but did not motivate him to get clean. By the 2000s, drugs had dulled the sweetness of his voice, making it difficult for him to perform live as he once did. Compounding his struggles, he lost most of his teeth in 2007 and found it hard to keep things together. Nevertheless, he maintained a devoted fan base that continued to buy tickets to his shows, despite his decline. In 2008, doctors discovered an early-stage tumor in his lung, but due to his mental and physical state, he ignored it until it spread throughout his body, ultimately leading to his death on October 25, 2010, in London. This marked the tragic end of Gregory Isaacs, one of Jamaica's most charismatic and talented artists. His story serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of drug abuse. Yet despite his flaws, he displayed a level of bravery and honesty that is rare among artists of his stature, as he was one of the few who openly acknowledged his struggles with addiction.